Have you ever woken up at exactly 3 a.m. with an unexplained energy coursing through your body, knowing something profound was shifting in your reality? What if I told you that this isn't random? It's your consciousness synchronizing with a cosmic storm that's approaching right now, one that will separate those who are spiritually awakened from those who remain asleep. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has just released electromagnetic readings that scientists are calling unprecedented. But what they're measuring as solar activity is actually something far more profound. 3 ancient civilizations predicted this exact electromagnetic convergence, what the Mayans called the Great Cleansing, or what Egyptian priests knew as the storm of Ra's judgment, and what Tibetan monks described as the wind that reveals truth. Only those with awakened electromagnetic sensitivity will understand what's really happening. Most people will experience this as electronic disruptions and unexplained restlessness. But if you're watching this video, your consciousness is already preparing. You're among those whose energy field is synchronizing with these cosmic frequencies. Let me share with you the 5 critical signs that this storm is targeting you specifically. If you've been experiencing any of these, your soul is already preparing for what's coming. First, you've been feeling an unexplained restlessness at exactly 3 a.m. You wake up without any alarm, your body covered in an inexplicable energy that makes sleep impossible. This isn't insomnia. This is your electromagnetic field synchronizing with the approaching cosmic frequencies. Ancient shamans called this the calling hour because it's when the veil between dimensions becomes thinnest. Second, you've noticed that electronic devices behave strangely around you. Your phone battery drains faster than usual. Lights flicker when you walk into rooms, and sometimes you hear a distinct static in the air that others can't perceive. What mainstream science dismisses as coincidence, advanced spiritual practitioners recognize as electromagnetic sensitivity. Your consciousness is expanding, and your energy field is becoming more powerful. Third, you experience sudden, overwhelming waves of emotion that seem to come from nowhere. You might be walking through a grocery store and suddenly feel an urge to cry, or you'll be sitting quietly and feel a surge of inexplicable joy. These aren't mood swings. These are your chakras opening to receive the higher vibrational frequencies that are flooding our planet right now. Fourth, you've been having vivid dreams about water, storms, or ancient civilizations. These aren't random dreams. They're cellular memories activating as your DNA remembers its cosmic origins. The storm approaching isn't just happening in our physical dimension. It's happening across multiple planes of existence, and your soul is preparing for the crossing. Fifth, and this is the most important sign, you've been drawn to seek deeper spiritual knowledge. The fact that you're watching this video right now proves that your higher self knows something profound is coming. You're not here by accident. You're here because your consciousness is ready to understand truths that others aren't prepared to hear. This convergence of signs isn't coincidence. It's cosmic intelligence at work. Think of your consciousness like a radio that's suddenly picking up frequencies from distant galaxies. What seems like random static is actually an orchestrated symphony of awakening. Now, science begins to prove what enlightened minds have long understood. Albert Einstein once said, "A human being is part of the whole called by us universe." What Einstein glimpsed through mathematics, Tibetan monks have known for centuries through direct experience. We exist within an electromagnetic web that connects every conscious being across dimensions. Right now, these invisible threads are being activated by cosmic forces. The approaching storm is actually a massive energetic upgrade for humanity. But here's what most people don't understand. Not everyone will be able to handle this upgrade. Those whose consciousness remains locked in lower vibrational patterns will experience this as chaos, fear, and destruction. But for los elegidos, for those who have been awakening to their true nature, this storm represents the greatest opportunity in human history. It's the moment when the spiritually awakened will step into their full power as co-creators of reality itself. This isn't the first time such opportunities have emerged. Throughout history, there have always been these cosmic tests, moments when the universe separates wheat from chaff at the consciousness level. The Great Flood wasn't just about water. The fall of Atlantis wasn't just about a civilization disappearing. These were electromagnetic recalibrations that elevated some souls, while others chose to remain in familiar frequencies. Suddenly, you might feel a strange tingling at the base of your spine when you read these words. That's not imagination. That's your Kundalini energy responding to truth frequencies that most people can't detect. The ancient Egyptians understood this perfectly. In their temples, they taught that every few thousand years, the universe sends a judgment storm that reveals who has truly prepared their soul for dimensional transition. The hieroglyphs in the Temple of Dender specifically mention our current time period. They called it the Age of Revealing, when dormant spiritual abilities would suddenly activate in those who had been cosmically selected. If you've been feeling different lately, if you've been questioning everything you once believed to be true, if you've been sensing that there's something much bigger happening than what the news is telling you, then your intuition is correct. You are part of a select group of souls who incarnated specifically for this moment. But here's where it gets scientifically fascinating. The electromagnetic changes happening in our atmosphere right now are documented by NOAA. But what they're measuring as solar activity and geomagnetic disturbances is actually the universe upgrading its operating system. These cosmic frequencies are activating DNA sequences that have been dormant since humanity's last major evolutionary leap. Suddenly, you might notice your hands feeling unusually warm as you read these words, or a tingling sensation at the base of your spine. That's not imagination, that's your dormant DNA responding to the truth frequencies embedded in this information. Imagine your nervous system as an ancient antenna that's been wrapped in spiritual static for centuries. Now that static is being cleared by cosmic radiation, and suddenly you can receive transmissions from higher dimensions. The results of this clearing process are unmistakable. This is why you might suddenly know things without knowing how you know them. This is why you might sense other people's emotions before they speak, or feel drawn to certain places at exact moments when something meaningful happens there. These aren't delusions. These are your original spiritual abilities coming back online. Now science begins to prove what shamanic traditions always knew. Consciousness operates through electromagnetic fields that can be measured, predicted, and enhanced. But here's what the ancient prophecies warn about. The window for preparation is closing rapidly. According to these same ancient sources, the storm will arrive in 3 distinct waves, each one designed to separate those who merely survive from those who transcend. Think of it like a cosmic sorting mechanism that responds to your vibrational signature. The first wave will test your faith in ways you never imagined. Everything you've believed about reality will be challenged simultaneously. Your news sources will contradict each other. Your trusted institutions will reveal hidden agendas. And only your inner compass will point toward truth. Those who have strengthened their intuitive abilities will navigate this chaos like experienced sailors riding familiar currents. The second phase will test your vibration. The cosmic frequencies will intensify to levels that human consciousness has never experienced before. Those who have been doing the spiritual work, who have been raising their vibration through meditation, energy healing, and conscious living, will feel energized and empowered. But those who remain trapped in fear, anger, and lower emotional states will find this energy overwhelming and destructive. The third phase is the most mysterious, and it's the one that ancient texts speak about with the most reverence. This is when the veil between dimensions completely dissolves, and those who have prepared themselves will gain access to abilities that most people consider impossible. Telepathy, manifestation, healing through intention, and even the ability to influence weather patterns through consciousness alone. I know this sounds incredible, and part of you might be thinking this is too extraordinary to be true. But consider this. Every great spiritual teacher throughout history has spoken about a time when humanity would evolve beyond its current limitations. Jesus spoke of doing greater works. Buddha spoke of enlightenment being available to all beings. The Hindu texts describe the Kali Yuga ending and a new golden age beginning. What if that time is now? What if everything you've been experiencing, all the signs you've been noticing, all the inexplicable changes in your consciousness are preparing you for the most significant moment in human evolution? To understand the full scope of what's happening, we need to examine the data more closely. There's something Noah isn't telling you about who this storm is really targeting. There's a specific pattern to the electromagnetic readings they're detecting, and when you understand this pattern, you'll realize why some people are being awakened while others remain completely unaware of what's approaching. The 3 protection phases I mentioned aren't just spiritual concepts. They're based on actual energetic protocols that advanced civilizations have used for thousands of years to not only survive cosmic transitions, but to use them as catalysts for quantum leaps in consciousness and ability. What happens in the next 10 minutes of this video will determine whether you're prepared for what's coming or whether you'll be caught off guard when the storm arrives. The information I'm about to share with you has been hidden from humanity for reasons you're about to understand. But there's something Noah isn't telling you about spiritual targeting. While they track electromagnetic disturbances across the planet, they're missing the most crucial piece of data. These frequencies don't just affect satellites and power grids. They're performing precision surgery on human consciousness itself. Picture your energy field like a cosmic fingerprint, completely unique to your soul's vibrational signature. When these solar storms hit, they're not striking randomly. They're seeking specific electromagnetic patterns that match awakened consciousness. When a coronal mass ejection hits Earth's magnetosphere, scientists call the result geomagnetic substorms. But Tibetan monks who have tracked these patterns for over a millennium call them the winds of awakening. Egyptian priests recorded them as the breath of Ra. Sufi mystics knew them as Allah's whisper. Every advanced spiritual tradition recognized these weren't random electromagnetic events. They were precisely timed consciousness upgrades delivered by cosmic intelligence. Your nervous system is essentially a biological radio telescope, constantly scanning frequencies that most people can't consciously detect. Every thought, every emotion, every spiritual insight travels through electromagnetic pathways that connect you to the quantum field itself. When these cosmic storms arrive, they're not just disrupting technology, they're installing new spiritual software directly into your consciousness. But most people resist this upgrade because their rational mind interprets cosmic recalibration as personal malfunction. That's why the 3 protection phases are essential. Phase 1 is recognition. You must learn to identify when a geomagnetic event is targeting your specific energy signature. The signs are unmistakable once you understand their true meaning. Sudden waves of emotion that seem to arise from ancient cellular memories. Dreams so vivid they feel like interdimensional travel. Or that distinctive sensation of your entire body vibrating at frequencies you've never experienced before. These aren't symptoms of spiritual illness. They're signs that your energy field is breaking free from its previous limitations. Amazonian shamans called this the sacred sickness, recognizing it as an initiation that only the cosmically chosen experience. Your soul is literally rewiring itself to hold frequencies that will be normal in the next phase of human evolution. Phase 2 is harmonization. Once you recognize these cosmic transmissions, you must learn to dance with them instead of resisting. The Sufi mystics discovered something remarkable. Specific breathing rhythms could synchronize your personal electromagnetic field with incoming cosmic frequencies. Here's the secret they guarded for centuries. The pause between your exhalation and next inhalation is actually a portal between dimensions. In that sacred stillness, your consciousness can slip through the cracks of ordinary reality and commune directly with cosmic intelligence. But the most incredible part is coming at the end of this video. We will reveal the ultimate method to connect your subconscious mind with quantum entanglement itself. This technique has been hidden in plain sight for centuries, disguised as simple meditation practices. Once you understand how to use it, you'll never be caught off guard by these cosmic storms again. Phase 3 is integration, and this is where most awakening souls stumble. They receive the cosmic download, they learn to harmonize with higher frequencies, but then they fail to anchor these new abilities into physical reality. Integration requires understanding that your brain is literally a quantum computer that can be programmed by consciousness itself. Think of it like this. During geomagnetic storms, cosmic radiation recalibrates the frequency bands available to your awareness. Suddenly, new stations appear on your inner radio dial, channels broadcasting from dimensions you couldn't access before. But without proper anchoring techniques, these miraculous connections fade like dreams when the cosmic weather returns to normal. That's why ancient mystery schools developed specific protocols to lock in these expanded states permanently. Here's how their wisdom translates into practical application. The integration protocol involves 3 daily practices, each one designed to build upon the previous. First, morning electromagnetic attunement. You'll spend 10 minutes consciously connecting your personal energy field with the Earth's magnetic field. Second, midday frequency stabilization. This is a breathing technique combined with specific visualizations that lock in your new energetic configuration. The ancient Greek mystery schools called this the solar absorption. They understood that the sun's electromagnetic radiation could be consciously directed to strengthen your auric field. Third, evening cosmic integration. This final practice ensures that the day's experiences are properly processed by your expanded consciousness. You'll learn to review your day, not just mentally, but energetically, identifying which moments carried the highest frequency information. The most incredible discovery is just emerging from laboratories around the world. Researchers at the HeartMath Institute have proven that your heart generates an electromagnetic field extending 3 feet beyond your physical body. And this field automatically synchronizes with geomagnetic storms like a cosmic tuning fork. Suddenly, you might notice your heartbeat becoming more pronounced as you read these words. That's not anxiety. That's your heart chakra responding to frequencies that most people's consciousness can't detect. But here's the breakthrough that changes everything. Scientists have discovered that people with coherent heart rhythms demonstrate measurable increases in intuitive abilities during cosmic events. Your intuition isn't mystical speculation. It's your biological quantum antenna receiving data transmissions from the consciousness field that connects every awakened soul on the planet. This explains why you suddenly know things without studying them, why other people's emotions hit you like waves of energy, why animals approach you with unusual trust and recognition. Your electromagnetic signature is evolving beyond normal human parameters, connecting you to what the ancient Vedic texts called the Akashic field, the cosmic database of all consciousness. The global lightworker community has been documenting these patterns for decades. During every major geomagnetic event, awakened individuals across continents report identical experiences. Hands that suddenly emit healing energy, dreams that predict future events with startling accuracy, spontaneous knowledge of ancient languages they've never studied. You now understand the 5 critical signs targeting you specifically. You've learned the 3 protection phases that will carry you through this transformation. And you've discovered why your electromagnetic sensitivity isn't a burden, but your cosmic assignment. The patterns we've revealed aren't just random spiritual experiences. They're following a precise activation sequence that ancient prophecies mapped out thousands of years ago. These synchronicities aren't coincidental. They're proof that certain souls share the same cosmic frequency signature, activated simultaneously by precisely timed electromagnetic upgrades. You are part of the awakened minority, the cosmic reconnaissance team sent to anchor higher frequencies into Earth's consciousness grid. You're experiencing these phenomena because your soul volunteered for this mission before incarnating, and your energy field was pre-calibrated to receive these specific transmissions. Most humans remain locked in survival frequency programming: fear, anger, competition, scarcity. But your consciousness has already transcended these lower electromagnetic bands. You're operating on frequencies that won't become mainstream for another generation. Remember, the power has always been in you. The cosmic storms are just the catalyst awakening abilities that were always your birthright. This is where the ancient 40-day recalibration protocol becomes crucial. 40 days isn't arbitrary. It's the precise neurological time frame required for complete electromagnetic rewiring. Every enlightened master understood this cosmic timing. Moses received the tablets after 40 days on Mount Sinai. Jesus emerged from the desert transformed after 40 days of fasting. And Buddha achieved illumination after 40 days beneath the Bodhi tree. During these 40 days, you'll master techniques that sound like science fiction, but are actually recovered ancient technologies. Conscious electromagnetic communication with other awakened souls across the planet. Direct healing through frequency modulation. And the ultimate ability, quantum field navigation through multiple probability streams. Quantum field navigation means learning to move your awareness through different timeline possibilities, accessing information that exists outside normal space-time constraints. When quantum physicists like David Bohm and Amit Goswami proved that consciousness directly influences reality at the quantum level, they were rediscovering what Tibetan monks have practiced in their monasteries for over 1,000 years. Imagine being able to scan multiple possible futures, then consciously selecting the timeline that serves your highest purpose. That's not fantasy. That's your natural birthright being restored by cosmic intervention. The remarkable truth is that you don't need to understand quantum physics to access these abilities. Your consciousness already contains the operating instructions. The cosmic storms are simply removing the electromagnetic static that's been blocking your spiritual Wi-Fi connection for decades. Picture your brain suddenly receiving a massive bandwidth upgrade, allowing you to download information from sources your rational mind never knew existed. The ancient masters predicted this exact moment in human evolution. Mayan calendars called it the Great Turning. Hindu texts described it as the Kali Yuga's end. Christian mystics knew it as the quickening. Every advanced spiritual tradition saw this electromagnetic ascension coming and prepared detailed instructions for those who would live through it. You're not just witnessing this transformation, you're an essential component in humanity's consciousness upgrade. Every time you successfully integrate these cosmic frequencies, you anchor higher possibilities into Earth's electromagnetic field, making it easier for others to awaken. This is your calling. This is why you're here at this exact moment in history. The cosmic storms aren't random events. They're precisely timed activations designed to trigger the next phase of human development. And you've been chosen to be part of the first wave. Your electromagnetic sensitivity isn't a burden. It's your cosmic assignment. It's proof that your soul was specifically engineered to operate at frequencies that most humans can't access for at least another generation. You're functioning as a living bridge between the dying paradigm of separation and the emerging reality of quantum unity. Every time you successfully harmonize with these cosmic transmissions, you're literally rewiring Earth's consciousness grid, creating easier pathways for others who are just beginning their awakening journey. You're not navigating this transformation alone. There's a global network of awakened souls experiencing identical phenomena at precisely synchronized moments. We recognize each other through electromagnetic resonance that transcends physical proximity. We find each other through synchronicities that seem impossibly orchestrated because they are, by the same cosmic intelligence that's upgrading human consciousness itself. If you've recognized yourself in these signs, if you've felt these electromagnetic sensitivities awakening within you, then you're ready to connect with others walking this path. Consider subscribing to stay updated as we navigate these cosmic changes together. You'll be notified when we share new insights about working with these emerging energies. What you're experiencing is just the beginning. Over the next 18 months, we're entering what ancient prophecies called the time of great choosing. The frequency gap between those who are awakening and those who are still asleep will become so vast that we'll essentially be living in two different realities. In the next phase of this journey, we'll explore the post-storm abilities that come online after your electromagnetic system completes its cosmic upgrade. We're talking about measurable telepathic communication, hands-on energy healing that can be scientifically verified, and conscious manifestation through quantum field manipulation. The most important ability emerging is becoming a lighthouse for other awakening souls, learning to guide others through their own electromagnetic transformation without overwhelming their nervous systems. The time for hiding your gifts is over. The time for pretending to be normal is finished. You are being activated as a guardian of the new paradigm, and your sensitivity isn't making you weird, it's making you indispensable. The world needs people who can navigate these higher frequencies and serve as translators between ordinary reality and the quantum realm that's rapidly becoming our new normal. Embrace what's happening to you. Trust the process. Remember that every strange sensation, every unusual experience, every moment of expanded awareness is proof that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're not losing your mind. You're finding your true power. Your electromagnetic evolution has begun. Welcome to your awakening.